Welcome to a deep dive into how cutting-edge technology is really transforming agriculture, one of our most vital industries. Today, we're looking at a really fascinating initiative. It's called the Center for AI in Sustainable Development, or CAISD.
That's right. And our mission, well, it's to unpack how CAISD is using artificial intelligence, AI, to drive innovation in sustainable farming. And you'll discover the, I think, surprising and pivotal role that drones play in this whole vision.
Okay.
We'll be using the sources you've provided, looking at how these, aerial tools are becoming critical, really critical for data-driven decisions, for sustainability.
And aligning with global goals, too.
Exactly, like the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay, let's unpack this. So what makes drones more than just, smart gadgets? How are they catalysts here?
Well, the real ingenuity, I think, is in how they gather this incredibly rich agricultural data, but non-invasively.
Non-invasively.
Yeah. So drones equipped with, say, multispectral, hyperspectral thermal sensors, they can spot crop stress or disease super early.
How do they do that?
They monitor things called vegetation indices, like NDVI. It's the Normalized Difference Vegetation Index.
Okay.
It basically measures plant health by seeing how much light the crops reflect. And this is so crucial for, timely interventions.
Especially in sensitive areas.
Absolutely. Think about climate-sensitive regions like the Free State in southern Africa. Every healthy plant, every drop of water matters there.
Okay, so the data gathering is key. But how does that translate into practical improvements for farmers, like precision irrigation, maybe?
Yes, this is where it gets really impactful. Thermal imaging drones, they can pinpoint exactly where soil moisture varies across a field.
Not just guessing anymore.
No, not at all. And that data feeds into AI models. And these models then guide smart, really targeted irrigation schedules.
So water only where it's needed.
Precisely. And that directly supports UN SDG 6, that's clean water and sanitation, and Goal 2, zero hunger.
Makes sense. Conserving water, boosting yields.
Exactly. Plus, they do 3D topographic mapping. That helps analyze land use, which is vital in, say, rural or semi-arid zones where water is scarce.
So beyond just data, how are drones actively changing farming methods, the actual practices on the ground?
Well, they enable something called variable rate application. Fertilizers, pesticides.
Variable rate.
Mean instead of just, blanket spraying a whole field, which can be wasteful, even harmful.
Right.
Drones deliver chemicals only where they're needed and in the precise amounts needed. It's a huge leap.
That sounds much more responsible.
It is. It significantly cuts down chemical overuse, reduces groundwater contamination, slows soil degradation. It aligns perfectly with SDG 12, responsible consumption and production.
Are there concrete examples?
Yeah.
Places where this is working well?
Oh, absolutely. If you look at some Chinese models like the DJI Agris T60 or the XEG P100 Pro,
Okay.
they use smart atomization nozzles, AI, for optimizing flight paths. And they've documented a 30 to 50% reduction in chemical input.
30 to 50%. That's significant.
It really is. And it's also incredibly helpful in areas that are maybe resource constrained or hard to reach, like mountainous regions.
Where tractors might struggle.
Exactly. Drone-assisted aerial broadcasting is just far more practical there.
We've touched on irrigation, target spraying.
Yeah.
But how does Sanity bring all these drone innovations together? Is there a bigger system view?
Yes, definitely. Connecting it to the bigger picture, these drones aren't just, isolated tools. They feed real-time info into farm management systems. They essentially help create a digital twin of the farm.
A digital twin. Okay, what does that let you do?
Well, the profound insight there is how it shifts decision-making. It goes from being reactive, fixing problems, to being proactive, strategic.
Predictive, almost.
Yes, predictive. It lets Sanity optimize everything, from tracking seasonal trends and predicting yields, to simulating weather risks, managing soil health very precisely.
That's a powerful shift.
Yeah.
So how is Sanity looking to scale this? And what could it mean for farming in the region long term?
Right, that's the key question. How do you scale these effective, but maybe localized solutions? ASD is actively learning from places like China, from their innovation ecosystem.
Learning what specifically?
Leveraging things like their modular drone designs, edge computing.
Processing data closer to the source.
Exactly, for faster insights right there on the farm. And affordable hardware, too. They're building smart dashboards, integrating drone data with IoT networks. And this knowledge transfer, building local capacity through things like micro-credentialing for drone pilots. that contributes directly to SDG 4, quality education.
Empowering local people to use the tech.
Precisely. It's about building that local expertise.
Now, this all sounds incredibly promising, but it also sounds like a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
Surely there are challenges, hurdles to overcome.
Oh, indeed. There are clear challenges. The initial cost of the technology, that can be a barrier.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Though ASD plans to mitigate that. Things like shared services, leasing models can help.
Okay.
There's also a technical skills gap. You need people who can operate, maintain, analyze the data from these systems.
Right. Training is key then.
Absolutely. They're addressing that through structured training programs. And then, of course, you have regulations.
The legal side? Drone rules?
Exactly. Policy advocacy, engaging with aviation authorities. That's crucial to make sure drones can operate safely and legally in these agricultural areas.
So quite a few things to navigate there.
Yes, but manageable with the right approach.
Wow. This deep dive really highlights how drones aren't just tools, are they? They seem like vital technological pillars for CAISD's whole vision, driving precision agriculture, building community resilience. It's quite something.
It really is. By drawing from these global successes but localizing them, CAISD is genuinely poised to become a regional hub for smart, AI-powered sustainable agriculture. It transforms how we think about farming, from the big institutional strategy right down to the impact on the ground.
So for you, the listener, perhaps the key takeaway is this. The sky isn't actually the limit here. Maybe it's the starting point for a much more sustainable future in how we grow our food.